How do you stay positive when everything's going wrong, when you're getting no results, and when everything is falling apart? All right, so today's question comes from Hassan. I think I said that right. How positive were you really when you constantly got no results? So this is an easy question to answer. About 7 years ago, I was working at Pizza Hut in the Chicagoland area. And I remember that during the winter, I would have to grab the pizza, walk outside to my car, scrape my window every single time, get in the car, pray that the heat would kick in as fast as possible, drive down this super slick road, find addresses in the snow, the numbers were covered in snow and you couldn't see anything, go up to a house, deliver them pizza, and have them give me 50 cents for my troubles. And it took every ounce of human decency in me to not just puke in their food before I handed it to them. But of course I didn't do that. Maybe. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. So every time I ran into a snag, or I would get no results, or I would fail day in, day out at building a business, doing something greater, becoming an entrepreneur, what I would do is I would close my eyes and I'd think back. And I would find a moment, and one of the moments is coming to me right now. It was a moment where I had to walk up 6 flights of stairs. 6 flights of stairs because the damn elevator was broken in this disgusting freaking apartment building that smelled like cat urine. And I'd walk up these stairs with like 5 pizzas in my hand, and I deliver them to this guy. And this guy stiffs me, right? Totally stiffs me, not a penny as a tip. And then I drove back to Pizza Hut and realized that I forgot the damn 2-liter of soda. And so I had to drive all the way back and walk up all those stairs again and hand him his 2-liter and of course get stiffed again. I remember one of those moments and I say, listen, you can make a measly $300-400, maybe $500 a week if you're good living that life and dealing with that. Or you can suck it up, you can deal with the failure, you can get through the problems, you can work through the problems, and you can do something greater. And every time I felt like quitting, I just went to, okay, so I can either quit and go back to that, or I can move forward. And man, I did not want to go back to that. I did not. And that is what kept me positive, as you put it. Positive, because I was positive that I didn't want to go back to that life. That's what helped me work through the problem. And if you really think about it, I recently watched that Matt Damon movie, The Martian, and at the end of the movie, he said that when you get up in space as an astronaut, things will go wrong and everything will go wrong at once. And it's much like entrepreneurship. And he said all you can do is work the problem.
You do the math, you solve one problem, then you solve the next one. And then the next. And if you solve enough problems, you get to come home.
You can either decide to die or you can get to work. You solve one problem and then you solve another, and then you solve another, and then you solve another. And if you solve enough problems, you get to come home. And really that's the same way as entrepreneurship. You can either decide to die and you can go back to your 9 to 5 and you can let your boss dictate your every move for the next 30 years, or you can work the problem. You can solve one problem and then another, and then another, and then another. And if you solve enough problems, you get to be your own boss. You get to dictate your own destiny. You get freedom. So next time you ask yourself, how do I stay positive? Think about how an astronaut stays positive when the space station's about to blow up and he's got to work one problem after the other, or he doesn't get to see his kids anymore. And then you tell me you have a hard life. That's it, man. That's all it is. You just work the problem one after the other. So that honestly is how I stay positive. I think back to a time that I don't want to go back to, and then I just work the problem. I hope you enjoyed this video. Listen, if you want me to answer your question, all you have to do is subscribe. If you are a subscriber and you ask a good question that I think people would benefit from, I will answer your question. But you must be a subscriber, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.